Hello everyone, welcome to the webinar of one-click productivity apps. My name is Jairaj Nadar, representing Inogic in the capacity of Business Development Manager. And today's session, we will talk about one-click productivity apps, that is Click2Clone, Click2Export, and Undo to Restore. So for your information, all lines will be in the mute. If you have any queries, any questions, you can use this chat window to put your questions. I will be answering all your queries through an email. So before I deep dive into this session, let me give a short introduction about Inogic. Inogic is one of the leading service provider and an independent ISV. We are also an exclusive Dynamic 365 CRM boutique shop that has been in the business for more than decades now. We also been active in the CRM community, in which our blogs are very popular. As you can see on the screen, these are all the various productivity add-ons which Inogic has to offer. Among all, I would like to talk about a few key flagship products of Inogic. I'll start with the Maplytics. It is a market-leading CFMD product which provides capabilities like visualizing CRM data on map, route optimization, smart appointment planner, and much more. And next I will talk about SharePoint Security Sync. It is a comprehensive solution for integrating Dynamic 365 CRM with SharePoint. And it also, apart from this product development, Inogic is also an SI. We do provide an offshore development services by assisting our partners and the customers. So if you need any more information related to any of our productivity add-ons or service related, you can do reach out to us at crm@inogic.com. This is the agenda for the today's session, where we will be seeing how we can improve the productivity and the efficiency of the Dynamic 365 CRM, what are the challenges they are facing, followed by how our Click2Clone, Click2Export, and Undo to Restore product can overcome those challenges. And yes, you can put your questions in the question window. I will be answering in an email. So before I proceed ahead, let me give you a stat that says that in the Dynamic 365 CRM world, like most of the employees, like 40% of the employees are using a CRM, spend a quarter of the time or the week in a manual, repetitive, or a task. So whereas 25% of an updated record contains a critical error, and the company has to cost burn of $100 for each inaccurate CRM records. So this result into an lack of efficiency, or there is no productivity to an organization. So by using our productivity tool, let's say by using our productivity tool of an Click2Clone, Click2Export, and Undo to Restore, they can increase their productivity, automate their complex task of like whichever they have, they can automate, and also they reduce the manual work instead of doing the repetitive tasks, and thereby increasing the efficiency. So we'll see how our productivity app can do in the real time. I'll start with a Click2Clone. So Click2Clone is a productivity tool for cloning all of your records in just a single click. Whereas it also has the flexibility to choose which attributes and relationship that wants to be cloned. So Click2Clone has a many features that it has to offer. Like it is very easy to configure. You can set the prefix and the suffix in order to identify the target record or a source record. And decopy is where it has the ability to carry over the related records from an one-to-end relationship and an end-to-end relationship as well. And yes, you can automate the cloning of records. So let's say if you want to automate, like whenever any records a code gets activated and you want that records to be cloned, so yes, with the help of a workflow, you can able to easily automate the cloning of records. And also you can clone a bulk copy, so multiple bulk in a bulk if you want to clone a record, so that is also possible. Set references is a feature where it is used to keep uh, the references of the source record and the target record. The clone record will have the source entity field lookup. The source entity field will have the target entity field lookup in order to identify this record. So copy to another entity type. So you can, with the help of a click to clone, you can copy a record from a single entity as well as clone a record from one entity to another entity as well. Get record is a functionality where you can able to copy a child record from another record. So let's say if you want to copy a line item, opportunity line item from another opportunity, so yes, with the help of our get record functionality, that can be easily achievable. And support multiple copies. So if you want a multiple copies of a single record that wants to be cloned, so yes, you can select the copies, how many copies to be created with a very ease. And you can define the rules for copying the related records, entity record as well. So these are all the key features of click to clone. Let's see all these features in a live action. So let me navigate to the CRM window. So I've configured click to clone, click to export and undo to restore for this webinar purpose in my demo environment. And once the license got activated and all the configuration that I've done it for against this click to clone, suppose that we will take the let me start with the real-time scenario that I was talking about. Let's say I'm a salesperson or I'm the sales representative or a user who has been working in this organization as a SAM against this quote record, and repeatedly I've been creating a quote on a daily basis manually. So really that is a time consuming task, and for which, so this led to a lack of productivity and efficiency and also a manual task of on a daily basis. So to overcome this, we have a product that I was talking about, that is click to clone. So in order to clone a record of a single entity, so since I want to perform for a quote entity record, so the product line items also I have added against this quote. And if I want to clone a record, I can simply hit on the three dot and hit on the click to clone button. So this is where you will ask you to choose the template. So if you have a multiple templates for the single entity, so in that case it will ask you to select the template for which you have to clone the record. So over here, since I want to clone for a single entity, I've selected the template and you define the copies. So how many copies to be created? So I want only one copy as of now. I will click on OK. So once the record gets cloned successfully, so along with the product line items that I've added, so you should be able to see a suffix that has been added against the target record. So you see a C2C webinar, a copy has been added in the suffix along with the product line items also that has been carried over. Since this is based on the configuration that I've done it in the template that I've chosen, the click to clone template which I've created. So accordingly it has been cloned, and you see a C2C, a webinar copy has been seen over here. So this is how you can clone a record for a single entity. That is, for the same entity you can clone a record. How about cloning a record from one entity to another entity? So let's take the same example. So you see, so we are talking about C2C webinar. A copy of C2C webinar has been created since we have done it now, and we'll see how we can create a or how we can clone a record from one entity to another entity, that is quote to an order. So currently you see this is in a quote entity record for the C2C webinar. So let me choose the same option of waiting on a click to clone, and you select the template. So yes, over here also the same, you have created the template which you have created, which will be listed out over here, and I've created a quote to order. The copies to be created one. If I click on OK, so once the cloning of the record has been done, you see it has been cloned to an order. So since I've not selected the product line items in the clone code to one entity to another entity template, so that is the reason the product has been not carried over here. But you see while copying a record from one entity to another entity is also as simple. So just you need to hit on the template and select the hit on the click to clone button and select the template for which you want to clone a record from one entity to another entity. So this is how you can clone a record for a single entity as well as for one entity to another entity. Now let's take a look at how we can copy a record from another record, like how you can copy a child record from another record. So for that I already have an opportunity. So let's say I have an opportunity, and in the opportunity line items I don't have any product line items over here, but in this case I want to copy a record or copy a product from another opportunity. So this is where which I was talking about, the get record functionality comes into the picture, where you can copy a child record of the same entity from another record. So for that, just click on this three dot and hit on this get record button. As soon as you hit on it, it will ask you to choose the template. So I have selected the template for which I want to clone, and here you define select the relationship. Since I want to carry over only the product opportunities, so I've selected the product opportunity, and this is a source record from which record you want to carry over that. So over here I will select, for example, 2007 Kia Endo. So this is the opportunity for which the product line items of that 2007 Kia Endo opportunity I want to carry over here. So I will add it, click on OK. So what exactly will happen is the product line items of this another opportunity which we have created, that will be carried over or copied over in the product line item of this C2C webinar. So if I go on the product line items, I should be able to see the product line items of those two. So there you see the two product line item that has been copied from another opportunity. So this is how you can copy a child record, like child record from another record of this same entity. And let's say if you want to clone a multiple or a bulk cloning of records in a single click, so that is also yes possible. Like you select the record for which you want to perform a cloning in a bulk cloning. As soon as selected record, just hit on the click to clone button. So yeah, in that case bulk cloning of a records will also get performed over there. So far we have seen how we can clone a record from a single entity, one entity to another, and how we can copy a child record from another record of the same entity. And now we'll see how we can automate the cloning of records. So in order to, you can automate the cloning of records by creating a workflow as well. So let's say for example this is a C2C webinar. If I've created this, let's take another opportunity. Let's say I have taken this opportunity, and based on the on-demand workflow, so I have created a workflow for which the record should get cloned. So once you select as and select the workflow will be triggered, and you can automate this cloning of records as well. So based on the template configuration that you did it against this record, so once the workflow has been triggered, you should be able to see the records get cloned, and you should be able to see a copy of this record. If I go and check in the opportunities, I should be able to see a copy of this 2003 record that should be get created over there. So if I refresh it, see there you see a copy of 2003 Fiat Stilo. The copy has been created. So that means the workflow has been triggered, and a copy of that record has been shown over here. So this is how you can automate cloning of records in just a simple click with the help of a click to clone tool over here. So that's how, with the help of our click to clone features, you can increase the productivity, thereby eliminating the repetitive task or the manual task which you are doing on a daily basis. Uh, Now let me switch back to the presentation. Now we will look at the other productivity app, that is Click2Export. So Click2Export is another productivity tool which allows the user to export dynamic 365 CRM, SRS report, Word, or an Excel template in just a few clicks. And we'll see what all the features that Click2Export has to offer. The supported file formats. So it supports various file format like PDF, Excel, Word, CSV, and a TIFF, and the supported report type. So it supports the fetch-based SSRS report, Word, Excel, email templates for any of the out-of-the-box as well as the custom entities, and the supported actions. So following actions can be supported from the click to export. Let's say if you want to download or attach a file in an email or upload a file to the SharePoint. So all these multiple actions can be performed in a single click to export UI, which I will be showing you while demonstrating the click to export tool. And also you can automate this exporting of report through an workflow as well. So you can create a workflow, and if you want to export a reports, so that is also possible with the help of a click to export productivity tool. The scheduled report is a feature where it's an interesting feature which is really advantage for all of the users who are exporting reports on a daily basis in a manually. So let's say they are exporting reports on a manually and attaching in an email and send it to the user, which is obviously a time consuming task. So that can also be automated with the help of our schedule export features, which I will be showing you while demonstrating the click to export tool. Configurable templates. You can create a multiple templates for a single report with the different parameters and the filter options. So these are all the key features of a click to export. Let's see all of these key features in a live action. So I've configured click to export in the demo environment. So over here also we will consider the business scenario as the real-time use cases that we have been come up across all of these customers. So over here, let's assume like the user who is working on a quote entity record, and you want to export a SSRS report in a PDF file format, the quote report in a PDF file format, and we want to send it to the required users through an email. So how we can achieve, and also simultaneously he wants that file to be added in the notes against this record as well. So how we can achieve this so is really a challenging task using out of the box functionality, but yes, with the help of a click to export you can able to simultaneously perform a multiple actions with the help of the click to export UI. So over here, this is the quote entity record. If I want to export a report, I will click on this click to export button UI. So once I hit on this click to export button, it will open up the click to export button UI. So there you see this is a click to export UI, and you see two options, that is the report section and an action section. So if you select as a report section, you see a report templates. So here you need to define the template. So based on the template configuration that you have done, so accordingly the report will get exported and it will be sent to those users whom you have defined in the report templates. So if I select the quote report template, I've selected that, and what file format, whether you want to give PDF, Excel, Word, CSV, TIFF. So this is the different file format that has been supported. I have selected the PDF file format and the action section. So if you enable this option, attach as a note, the file will be added as a note against this record. And if you enable this option, attach to a new email, you see a new email section has been propped up with the sender and the recipients that has been predefined. So this is completely based on the configuration that we have done it in the template which I have selected. And also if you want to add any of those users, so you can add it over here in the real time as well. And if you select as an and you see the choose template option, so if you want to populate any uh, template in the body of the email, so that is also you can select it. Let's say for example I've selected the email code template, so this will be added in the body of the email. And if you enable this option auto send email, so there will be so the email will be directly sent to those required users whom we have set it in the recipients, instead of opening a new email window. So if you by default, if you don't select it, a new email window will be opened up along with the file added as an attachment. And if you want to upload this file to the SharePoint, you can enable this option. You can download for your offline references. So this all actions can be performed in a single UI. Let's see how what all the actions that has been performed. So you see, as soon as I click on OK, the files get downloaded. A new email window has been opened up, and I should be able to see the file should be added as an attachment against this record. So you see the sender and the recipients that has been set. The file has been exported as an PDF, has been added as an attachment, and also you see the body of the email. The template which we have selected, the body of the content should be what should be the body of the content of the email. So that I have selected pre-populated based on the configuration which you have selected in the email templates. So just you need to verify, or if you want to add it any real-time users to whom you want to send it, so that also you can add it over here and send it by simply clicking on the send button, so that immediately the report will be sent to those users. And also if I go and check whether the file got added as a note against this record, the details tab, so there you see the file has been attached as a note against this record. So all these actions, so multiple actions can be performed in a single Click2Export UI. So now, as I was saying, like we used to export reports on a daily basis, manually, and send those reports, attach in an email and send it to the required users. So this is something a manual task and a time-consuming task which we are performing. So isn't good if we automate that process, like scheduling reports that should be automatically exported and send it to the required users? So yes, that can be achieved with the help of our scheduled report features. So you can schedule the report that wants to be exported based on the time interval that you set, whether you want to perform on a daily basis, weekly, or a monthly basis. So that you can set it by the scheduled report feature. So over here I have already scheduled the reports. Let me show you that. I have opened this record. So so this is the daily sales report that I have already configured. So the report template, the quote report template that I have selected. So whether you want to occur on a daily basis, weekly basis, or a monthly basis, that you want to select it. So depend completely upon your choice, like you want to schedule it on a daily, weekly, or a monthly, and what was the start time of that. So every one day, daily this report will get exported on so and so time, and it will be sent to those user, the required user that we have set it in the quote report template, the configured. So it will be exported and send it to those users. So over here you will be able to see scheduled for. So the users that who have set it over here, it will run under the context of the user defined while creating the records. So it will run under the context of a SAM of scheduling of this report. Like if any failure that has been occurred, whom you want to notify, that also you can send it over, set it in the options like failure notification from and to, and the scheduled report status is where you get all of the reports. So if you see over here 23, 24, 25, 26 is the November which it was scheduled, and you see this was succeeded. so that you see the succeeded messages, and if any failure occurs while exporting of reports and sending it to the required users, so that can be also notified and the status can be seen over here. So this is completely really an interesting feature in order to automate the scheduling of reports that will be exported, and it will be sent it to the required users uh, on a daily, weekly or a monthly basis as per your requirement. So this is, so far we have seen like how we can automate and how we can automate exporting of reports. So you can also automate through and workflow as well. So let's assume like whenever a user who has been working on a quote, and if you have activated that quote, the workflow should be triggered and the following actions has to be performed. So let's assume the user who has been working on this record, quote entity record, and as soon as the code gets activated, so if I activate this code, the following action has to be performed, like the file should be added as a note against this record, and also it should be added attached in an email and send it to the required users. So how that we can perform through an automate. So yes, by creating a workflow you can automate the exporting of reports. So let's activate the code and see what all the actions that has been performed. So I've already created a workflow in the background, and like as soon as I activated the code, the following two actions has to be performed, which I said, like the file should be added as a note against this record, and also it should be sent it in an email to the required users that we have set it in the report template. So I go in the details tab. So there you see the file has been added as an attachment against this record, and once the email has been sent, it will be show the email. So there you see a email has been sent to the required user. The email has been sent to the required user with the file added as an attachment against this record. So this is completely based on the attachment, like based on the automation that we have created. Like you can automate exporting of reports with the help of the workflow that we have created for the Click2Export. And if you also want to automate export of bulk records, so yes, that is also possible. You can select the multiple records and just simply click on that Click2Export your button on the top. It will allow you to export the reports, and also it will allow you to select based on the view. If you select the based on the view which you want to export the reports, that is also possible using Click2Export functionality. So this is how, with the help of an Click2Export feature, you can able to export, automate scheduling of reports, which will improve, which will save our time, which we have been putting in terms of manually doing the task in order to export and send it to the required users. Let me switch back to the presentation. So now we'll look at into the our third productivity app, that is Undo to Restore. So it is a productivity tool. If a user wants to restore the record to its last known state, so then yes, with the help of this tool Undo to Restore, you can definitely restore the records to its last known state in a single click. So these are all the key features that Undo to Restore has to offer. Like you can undo the record to its last known state. So if any modification or any accidental changes has been done against the record, but you don't know, or you are unaware about it, but you want to restore the record to its last known state, so in that case, yes, that can be achieved over here. And history, so undo changes made in the past. So let's say, for example, if you have a record that has been multiple changes has been done time to time, and but you want that record to its original state, so in that case, so you can able to perform that with the help of our click to undo history feature that we will be having. And undo changes in the bulk, if you want to make undo any bulk, so that is also possible with the help of our undo to restore productivity tool. And it supports out of the box as well as the custom entities as well, and restore deleted. So this is a interesting feature that we have added up, and this is like if you have deleted any records in the CRM but you want to restore the deleted record, so yes, you can able to easily perform in just a single click with the help of a restore deleted button in the undo to restore productivity tool. Let's see all these features in a live action. So I have configured already the undo to restore for my contact entity. So let's say for example a user who has been working on this contact record, and accidentally he has made any changes or a modification against this record. The business phone number got deleted and accidentally it got saved. But the user wants to restore, or he wants to undo the changes that has been done against this record to its last known state. So in that case, what you can do is you can simply click on this click to undo button. Once you hit on it, you should be able to get an dialog message indicating that the record last changes has been successfully restored. So that means if I go and check in the business phone number, so I should be able to see the correct business phone number that which was showing earlier. So there you see, I can able to restore the record to its last known state. So this is how, with the help of our click to undo or undo to restore button, you can able to easily restore the record to its last known state if any modification or any changes that has been done against this record. Similarly, as I was talking about while explaining the features history, like a lot of changes has been done against this record. Let's assume Lenin Brick is the contact, and a lot of modification has been done against this record. The lot history of the changes that has been record changes has been done against this record. I want to restore it to its last known state. So what I can do is, here you see an history button. If I go and check the history of this record, and you can also widen the search, like you can define the start date and end date, and you see these are all the changes that has been done past against this record. If I want to restore to this records to its, let's say as of now I see this, so if I want to new value, I want to set it as an only an ET3. So if I have a click and undo, so the selected record has been successfully restored. So that means if I go and check and if I want to set the records to the original state which I wanted for the modification that has been done, I should be able to do that. So if any modification that has been done, that will be shown in the business phone number. Since I've selected the other record, that's the reason the business phone number, I can see it over there. So this is how you can able to check the history of those record, and that can be restored with the help of our click to undo or undo to restore functionality. Now comes the deletion. So if any deletion has been done again, or deletion of a record has been done against in the CRM, and if a user wants to restore the deleted records, so yes, that is also possible. Let's say for example, if I'm deleting this Lenin Brick record, so as of now the records got deleted and I don't see any contacts. So I see only the Brock is the only contact that I see in my active contact list. And if I want to restore those records, so you see a restore deleted button on the top. Once you hit on it, you can widen the search as I was talking about while showing the history search. So it will list out all of the records that got deleted from so date to so and so date. So you see Lenin Brick was deleted. So if I select that and hit on that restore button, so this record will get restored, and I should be able to see in my active contact list that record got successfully restored, and I should be able to see over here. Let's refresh it. So there you see the Linen Brick is the the contact which has been restored, which was accidentally deleted or in the CRM. So that's how you can able to easily undo the record to its last known state, and also you can restore the record which has been deleted in the CRM with the help of our click to undo or undo to restore functionality. Let me switch back to the presentation. So the supported version of all the productivity tools is for Microsoft Dynamics CRM version 8.2 and above, and can also be used in the Dataverse, and it can be deployed on-premise and online as well. To get started with the productivity tool is really simple. You can download the solution from Microsoft App Stores as well as from our website. So if you need any assistance in setting up the trial, you can do reach out to us crm@inogic.com. We would be happy to assist you. So these are all some of the common questionnaires that we do get from all of our customers. So can one restore the deleted records in Dynamic 365 CRM? Yes, as we have seen now how we can restore the deleted record with the help of our click to restore deleted button. And is it possible to clone a record within numerous line items? So yes, you can able to clone a record within multiple line items, that also which we have seen now. Is it possible to export the data in a bulk? Yes, you can able to select all the records, and with the help of our click to export button, you can export a record in a bulk as well. Our one-click productivity apps compatible across devices, so it is compatible across like mobile, tablet, as well as laptop as well. So to get started within all of this productivity app is really simple. You can download this solution from App Source website, and you can evaluate the 15 days free trial. So I would request all of you to kindly put your questions in the question window. So, and I will be answering your questions in an email to all of you. And in case if you have any further questions that comes up in your mind post this session, so yes, you can reach out to us at crm@inogic.com. We will be happy to answer all of your queries. So I would request you to kindly put your questions in the question window. And I would thank each and everyone for giving this and taking your time for attending this one-click productivity app webinar. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.